Are you a Shounen fan? Of course you are. Honestly, who isn't these days? Looking at mainstream anime these past couple years alone, animation studios are kinda in their bag. Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, Boru, many recent shows have excellent animation and enthralling stories, or in the case of shows like Attack on Titan, both. And at this point, you're probably thinking,
what the fuck are you talking about?
This is a great time to be a shonen fan. That being said, there's one show that I truly feel, even all this time later, is a black sheep amongst the pack. When this show came out, all of my friends said one of two things. Hang in there, or don't go anywhere near it. It sounds good, right? 50-50? No. There were just two options, right? Of all my friends, only one of them said to hang in there. And with nothing on my to-do list, I figured, why not decide for myself? I ended up watching the first few episodes and all of my greatest fears were present, but was it worth it? I think so. With all of my heart, this show deserves some light. And although I'm a few years late, this is why you should watch Black Clover. Even more than that, this is why I love Black Clover. So this goes without saying, there's going to be some light spoilers, but I want you to experience what this show has to offer. So it will be stuff from the first couple episodes or things that don't impact the big boy plot. We'll go with that. Pinky promise. If you ask anybody about Black Clover, odds are they put it down before things really pop off. Why? Well, let's look at how the story begins. Asta is a boy from Hajj village. He's a peasant with little more to offer than his overbearing voice. Other than this, the only other thing unique about him is his magical power. You see, in the world of Black Clover, every human is born with some kind of attribute that varies in strength from person to person. Think The Last Airbender, but with more variety. Probably gonna get some flack for that, whatever. People can harness the strength of wind, fire, water, farming. If you can think of any element, object, or superpower, odds are somebody is going to have it. With Asta's power, he manages to be the only person in the world with the ability, the sheer power, the absolute chad of a magical bestowment. Nothing. He has no magic. He is the only one. Asta's that one friend that got kicked out of the group chat, except the group chat is the entire world. But he doesn't let this stop him, as he's determined to discover his power, become a magic knight of the Clover Kingdom, and one day become the Wizard King, the mightiest of all mages. He has an adoptive family, and his closest companion can be found in Yanno, who is essentially if Sasuke wasn't a douche. Well, it varies, but trust me. Unlike Asta, Yanno is naturally gifted and is even said to be the lone commoner of the village to become a magic knight. He's damn near the carbon copy of a typical cool protagonist, but it's not about him. We're stuck with this mouth breather. All of this is set up in the first half of the first episode, so there's your introduction. Honestly, it's a story you have to experience yourself, so what really makes me think you should watch this anime? Let's work backwards and talk about some pain points people bring up regarding the show's start. Pain point 1. Asta. Yes, the protagonist is one of the hugest pain points. We all made jokes about the VA's vocal cords being absolutely shredded because damn near every word out of Asta's mouth is at the same decibel level of a plane landing. But I'd argue saying that Asta is just misunderstood, guys. Come on, he's quirky and different, you know? Just relax. He presents himself this way because of his upbringing. He was always innately weak when it came to magic, and when magic is everything, you can imagine how much that can wear on you. It shows the level of Asta's perseverance. Even though he's loud about everything, no matter how mundane, it all stems from his wanting to show he can be someone special, someone that others can take note of and rely on for his overwhelming confidence. Yes, at times it feels like Asta is in desperate need of Ritalin, but as time progresses and he grows into his own, he evolves from someone absolutely intolerable to that dependable warrior he aspired to be. He grows and you do with him, watching him push himself to the absolute limit to prove he's just as capable, if not more, than the friends he makes along the way. He even stops yelling every line, but it does take some time to get to that point. Pain point number 2, pacing. What's the golden rule for your average anime reviewer? 1 episode if you just want to test the waters, 2 episodes if some setup is needed, 3 episodes to see if the show is right for you. Maybe not the exact wording of that, but something like that. So you can see why it turns people off, right? When absolutely nothing happens for 10 episodes. This was one of the biggest turnoffs for people blindly following anime reviewers. Not to say that they're wrong, I do it myself. Black Clover is one of few shows that absolutely violates this rule for better or for worse. Cue more episode 1 spoilers. As a coming of age ritual, Asta and Yanno, along with many other background characters, gather at a library. At this library, you are selected by a grimoire that aligns and enhances your magical power, and that is the loudest plane ever. The strength of these grimoires is decided by the number of leaves the clover has on the cover. Most grimoires have 3-leaf clovers on it, and as you'd imagine, Yanno gets a 4-leaf clover. This is a rare occasion that not only shows the innate power of the owner, but enhances their strength far beyond that of the normal person. Yeah, that's a pro tag for you. But where does that leave Asta? You might not believe this, but he does get a grimoire. Not only is it invisible, but he has no leaves on his clover. It's crazy. Shortly after the ritual, shit goes downhill. Some guy's about to absolutely isekai Yanno. Asta tries to save him, but magic is everything. We've been over this. So now Asta's about to get isekai'd, but not before giving himself the Naruto treatment. I'll never give up, you know that shit. A power far beyond common knowledge is bestowed upon him at his time of need, and thus begins the tale of a young village boy with the 5-leaf clover. God, I love this show. What are we talking about? Oh yeah, pacing. So all of what I just said was episode 1. Black Clover keeps being interesting for episode 2, but then begins the rest. Despite my genuine enjoyment of the first 2 episodes, I can see why people were already turned off by Asta's voice direction. After these 2 episodes, it's about 8 episodes of Asta and Yanno just beginning their journey to the path of a magic knight. Beginning the path. They're not magic knights. It's like 8 episodes of more world building. Tie that in with Asta existing, and yeah, that's a... Alright, so that was a lot of bashing. And now the counterclaim. Black Clover is one of the best paced shows I've ever seen. If you survive up to episode 11, the story does pick up, and it does not stop. It just doesn't. All of the things you want out of a shonen is there. Does it masterfully craft a lane of its own? Sort of. Everything you expect from fights to villain backstories to just fun adventures is here. Black Clover innovates these aspects differently. As opposed to mastering the craft, it almost perfectly focuses on all of the best parts of the genre and cuts the filler almost completely. I'm at episode 120, and I swear there's only been maybe 5 or 6 filler episodes, with 3 of them being back to back, so you could just skip. There are shows with no filler at all, but keep in mind this anime premiered weekly for 170 episodes. This wasn't something seasonal like Demon Slayer, where they can drop 20 canon episodes and chill. Think of any long-running anime and how much filler they have. Mostly in the form of recap episodes or sometimes entire arcs. Black Clover does have filler, but they took their focus on canon episodes to that level of going on hiatus so the manga can receive more chapters. I appreciate it when shows do that. The wait sucks, but it makes the payoff so much worth it. But yeah, Black Clover has great pacing, unlike my videos. We are still on pain point number 2. Not that the third one is anything special. So I'm getting this up a little after where I was. I said I was on like episode 120. I have now completed it, and I've also looked online. It does look like there is a total of about 17 episodes that are straight filler, but that's pretty good for a show that has 170 episodes. That's like on the dot. That's 10%. That is not bad. That's not bad at all. Pain point number 3. Audience. The biggest bug repellent has been us. Yeah. Maybe it was because of the season Black Clover released in, but there was such a wide array of shonen, this one didn't get the time of day. It took time, but it rose in popularity. Given the first 2 points, Black Clover was almost doomed to fail. It feels like very few people actually stuck with the show and really put in that time to reach the absolute bullet train of a storyline, which includes me. It was the first wave of absolute chads that stuck it out and told us weaklings that we should give this show a shot. As weeks went by, Black Clover grew more and more into something worth investing time in, with every arc leveling up the stakes. The quality increased, the cast of characters became people you cared about. The battles, admittedly not super crazy, but the important fights were met with massive peaks in animation, which is pretty much the gold standard for weekly airing. In my opinion, people went in expecting something heavy on action or story, when Black Clover only wanted to offer one thing. A fun time. It wanted to give you a fun time. So in conclusion, I plan on finishing Black Clover's anime, catching up to the manga maybe, and then eagerly waiting for the upcoming movie. This is a show that started as an easy watch, but soon became something I hold deep in my heart, up there with my favorites like Monogatari, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, or To Your Eternity. It doesn't take itself seriously, but it does when the moment calls for it. It has its faults, but makes up for them twofold. It has one of the worst protagonists at face value, but slowly unfolds to show it can be something greater. do you disagree or want to chime in on any of these points? Feel free to leave a comment. If you like the video, consider giving it a like. You like me, you want to hear my sultry voice in your tender little ears, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you, please subscribe. I talk about games and anime and the socio-political state of our world. Salamat po, thank you for watching. And that's a fucking wrap. Hola, so just throwing this in here at the end. Just wanted to say thanks for watching. I know I said that we were gonna make videos, we were gonna go hard. I proceeded to not make videos or go hard in the past. I don't know how long it's been since I put that out, but yeah, I was just trying to figure out what I want to do with the channel. I'm just gonna talk about life for a little bit for like the next minute. So if you want to leave, you could leave. Just leave a like on the way out, or stick around, hear me ramble to myself. But I'm kind of figuring out the focus of this channel, right? And I found out I don't want like a niche or niche, however you pronounce that word. I don't know. I'm 24. So I do want to do video games. And then I was like, no, I want to do anime. And I was like, no, I'm doing music already. Let me just go all in on music. But the fact of the matter is, there's a lot of shit I want to do. And the channel is less about a genre and it's more about me. So if you want to see things that I'm into, hopefully we have similar interests, hopefully you just think I'm an interesting person, then stick around, hit subscribe. We're gonna have fun, we're gonna do a bunch of shit. I'm gonna do whatever I want sometimes. Maybe weekly, probably weekly, most likely weekly. Yeah, I'm having a breakdown. Anyway, have a good day. Salamat po. Thank you for watching.
I don't have an outro, that's fine. I just use this.